All right, guys, Crypto Kurt here. I've gone a little bit video crazy today, so I wanted to do this video that isn't necessarily tied to any specific platform. This is more about teaching you or showing you or maybe reminding you of the power of compounding interest. And that's the concept of you invest some money, you make some money back from that investment, and then you reinvest the earnings back into the original investment. Obviously, in this particular instance, there's an expectation of the interest rate being at a set amount, which is difficult to do in something like the stock market. But let's stick with some of these basic ideas and principles just so you can see how powerful this really is, okay? Now, this is a calculator that I acquired from signing up through one of these platforms, and the gentleman made it available to me, and I want to thank him. It's an awesome tool, and it's just one of those visual things where it's sometimes hard to think through these concepts. When you see it, you're like, oh my God, that's pretty obvious how that works. So let's just talk about what's happening here in this spreadsheet, and we're going to go from left to right. So we're going to say, okay, starting amount is $10. Let's assume an interest rate of 0.9%, okay? So for those of you who are not mathematical geniuses, that's 90% of 1%, okay? And as an example here, we put in $10. An interest rate of that is 0.9 cents, okay? So again, basic math, 10% of $1 is 10 cents. We're talking about 9% of $1, which is 9 cents. Then we have the accumulation of that over time, and then we have the amount that creates after 1 year of that being paid out every day. So if we started with $10 and we had an interest rate of 0.9% and we made 9 cents every day, and we just let that add up, at the end of 1 year we would have $32.85, okay? What though if we took the 9 cents every day and reinvested it every time that we could? Now, with this particular example, this spreadsheet has been built to work around one of these specific platforms, and in that specific platform, you have to reach $10 in your lending wallet before you can actually reinvest. So we're going to start out really small. I just want to show you the basics, and then we're going to change these numbers a little bit, and you can see how exciting it gets. So at $10, getting 9 cents every day, you can see it starts adding up in this column, in this column, the green column. So these numbers are getting bigger by 9 cents every day. And when we reach $10, which in this instance is going to be on day 113, we're going to do our first investment of $10.08. This calculator has been built to go out for 2 years. So I'm going to drag you all the way down out to 2 years. We're going to go out 720 days. And this is the amazing part of compounding interest. Our original $10, if we invest the 9 cents every time we can make up to $10, we now have $3,860 in our original account, and we've generated $12,680 in commissions. And your total value of your investment is the sum of those two amounts. So your total value would be $3,860 plus your $12,680. It's going to be somewhere around, $1,600 and change. So that's all from $10, making 9 cents a day after 2 years. Now, a lot of you might say, groan, oh, 2 years, that's a long time. You know what? 2 years is going to pass anyway. You're going to get 2 years older in 2 years, and you're going to be a little grayer and a little chubbier and a little bit poorer because you didn't get off your ass and start paying attention to how this stuff works, okay? So I'm just trying to chide you up, get you motivated. Let's take this up to $100. All right, now that changes the math dramatically. So now on $100, we're getting 9 cents. So basically, we're getting $9 a day, which means using this model at the $10 minimum reinvestment, we can start reinvesting a lot more quickly. Every time you reinvest, you're going to make that much more money because you're making new interest on a bigger principal every day. So at $100 at 9%, after 2 years, you now have $65,240 in the original bank account or in your original starting wallet. but you've generated $214,000, $313.40, $214,000 in income from commission from your original $100 investment, simply by taking that $9 every day and reinvesting it back into something that's going to pay you 9% or 0.9% interest. Okay, does that make sense? You want to get really funky? Let's go with $1,000. What do you think is going to happen there? Take one more. Now we're looking at $683,160 and $2.2 million. So again, the total is 683 plus 2.2. That's going to be close to $3 million bucks. You know, spot on, really near $3 million bucks. That's again $1,000 at a 9% daily interest rate, compounding daily. Now, that's really exciting, but let's go back. Let's just start out with 120 days. 2 years for a lot of people is just way too much to contemplate. Way too much to contemplate. Let's go back to the $10 model. Okay, $10 at the end of 120 days, you're now going to be worth double that. So in 4 months, you've doubled your original investment and you've made $65. So you've gone from $10 to $85 in 3 months. Let's go $100. At 120 days, your $100 is now worth $280, and your total payout is $919. So again, we're talking right about $1,200 bucks. So you've gone from $100 to $1,200 in 4 months. Guys, do you see how powerful this is? Okay. Now, once again, I'm using several platforms. I'm testing several platforms. Most of them seem to be offering somewhere between 0.9 to 1.5% on daily interest. And most of these are paying out in actual Bitcoin as well, which is very cool, because if you're working on a platform which is being paid out in Bitcoin, you're being paid out in something which is gaining in value. And so 2 years from now, what do you think the value of your Bitcoin is going to be? If it's worth $2,500 today, who knows? Maybe it's worth $4,500, and that $4,500 would be multiplied by your number here. So if we base this value on a amount of Bitcoin worth $2,500, what if Bitcoin doubles? That means your holdings that you have in Bitcoin, this $214,000 worth of Bitcoin, is now worth double, right? What if it triples? What if it quadruples? So you can see how it's also paying into something that's also growing, which is just so powerful. I just can't explain it to you enough. I don't have the time to go into the history of the dollar and all of that, but basically, the dollar today is worth 98% of what it was, 80 years ago, or from 1913, basically. It's lost 98% of its value, whereas Bitcoin has gone up in value. How many percentages? 1,000% in the last year, or something ridiculous. So again, you need to get on the game, guys. The world is changing. This is the power of compounding interest, but playing in the world of cryptos. So once again, get started. I've got a few affiliate links in the video below. Choose one of the platforms. Have a look. I've got videos on all of the platforms that I'm playing with at the moment, so you can take some time to review those. I'm showing you what I'm earning, how they work, how the affiliate programs work, etc., etc. But you know what? You don't need affiliates. You can just do it. Just do it. Just get out there and do it. Don't let this scariness of trying to sign up a bunch of people get in your way. That's not how I'm planning on making money. You can see this whole column here is all about your extra you would make if you had people signing up. I've got 0 referrals in this instance. I don't even want to think about it, referral money. That's just icing on the cake, literally. So once again, guys, Crypto Kurt here, just preaching the compounding interest model and how you should get involved today.